Here with the Pillow King himself. This is gonna be fun. What did you play today?
I played Infernity Ftk.
What'd you think?
It was really fun. I want to make a couple changes just to make it a little bit better, but I think the deck was overall amazing. Brandon helped me make it. It's actually his deck, and I did borrow some other cards I needed to get everything completed. And yeah, the deck was phenomenal. It's his idea to play this, and it was really fun to play. Thank you.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, so obviously we're playing on the one Archfiend. It's at 1. If you guys don't know, if you guys are newer, maybe looking for the archetype, basically what he does is, if you special summon, you add an Infernity card to your hand, and it's any card to use your spell, trap, monster, and that's really what you keep looping through the entire combo. And then you play 2 Mirage. I was thinking about this at 3, but 2 seemed perfect every time. But yeah, basically attributes to self, summons 2 Infernities from the grave. And then we're playing 2 Necromancer. Necromancer is how you do the loop with the FTK at the end, but basically it reborns 1 from the grave as well. And then for the last Infernities, we're playing Patriarch, which summons itself if you have no other cards in hand, and then Randomizer, and that's the reason why Brandon wanted to play it. So if you guys don't know what this card does, once per turn, you can reveal a monster card. Well, you can draw a card, reveal it. If it's a monster, they take 200 damage per the level, and if it's a spell or trap, you still draw it, but you just take 500. So this is where it all started. This card gets you free advantage every single time, and yeah, it burns your opponent as well, so it makes it easier. And then we're playing, for the non-Infernity cards, we're playing Triple Gallus. This really helps, and it helps make Cheerbeanie. And then for the Cheerbeanie cards we usually send, we're sending Fiendish into that, Archfiend Harris, so we can go ahead and add Archfiend from deck. She adds any Archfiend card. And then we're playing this. So this is a pseudo cannon soldier for dark monsters. If you can't finish them off with the randomizer, this is how you kill them. This is actually the easiest way to kill them as well. So all you really have to do is set up these 2. If you can get these 2, you tribute 1, reborn the other, tribute 1, and then you just loop it that way. There's so many ways to play this deck, but this is probably the most fun. Then we're playing Stingy and Street Patrol because it unbricks our hand. It also gets Fiend out, so you can summon Archfiend, you can summon Necromancer, whatever the fuck you want. And that's really it for the regular monsters. We're playing Danger Monsters. I'm playing 1 Thunderbird because he's an 8, and hitting back row is relevant at my locals a lot. 1 Bigfoot. You can swap a Thunderbird out for the second Bigfoot depending on what your locals is, but they're both really big level 8s, so that's why I'm playing them. And then Nessie, Jackalope, and Tsuchinoko. These are all like pretty self-explanatory. And then for the other ones, I'm playing 2 Mothman and 2 Chupacabra. Like I said, we always want to be able to hit stuff off randomizer, and that's the goal for the deck. And if you don't, you usually just draw extenders. And that's it for the monsters. We're playing Triple Avarice, so ideally we go through all of our Suryuyas pretty quickly. So you at least want to see Avarice once in those, so you could just recycle them and keep playing. You always want to put back, in my experience, what I was putting back through the entire day was 2 Mirage, so we can keep searching it, so we can keep reborning. 2 Saryuya. If you can do 3, you do 3, but 2 Saryuya and 1 Levianer if possible, or Levier. Possible, but that's it. Then we're playing 3 of this. It's Reborn for Infernities, and it blows up anything smaller than the Infernity you summon. All of them have the clause where you can't have cards in your hand. 2 do it, so that's the only thing, but that's really easy for this deck. You usually try to keep your hand size really minimal. You draw extenders, you activate your extenders, you don't have to worry about cards in your hand. And that's it for the 3-0s. And then we have 1 Infernity Launcher. This card's at 1, unfortunately. If it was at anything more than 1, this deck would be crazy. We're playing Foolish, so we can Foolish Archfiend Eccentric, we'll Fiendish into Archfiend.
What does Launcher do?
Launcher, so it has 2 effects. The first effect is once per turn, you can just literally send an Infernity monster from your hand to grave. So it helps get them out of your hand, so you can activate these cards and their effects actually. And the second effect, which is the good part, you can send it to the grave and summon 2 Infernity monsters from your grave, which is crazy. Yeah.
Unbelievable card.
And this helps you play through Nibiru too. So you usually, if they have Nibiru, you just sit up. You can actually make Appaloosa pretty early as well. Sometimes on summon 4 to 5, and then you just keep playing as long as you have an extender. If not, we'll always draw them later. Playing one Reborn and 1 Reborn. Both of these are good. Reborn's anything. That's actually usually what you do, is you usually end up dumping the girl that burns for 800. And then you reborn her, so you have to use one of these on her, or you can bounce her to your hand with a card we have. I'll show you later. 1 for 1, and then 2 tactics. This card was awful. I hate it, and it sucks. don't play it. Take it out, put in better cards like Infernity Wildcat, probably another Danger Monster or something, just another monster extender probably, because this card was good in theory, but after playing it, it just sits in your spell and trap zone. You can't do anything with it. I literally had to unicorn spin my own card just to keep playing. So yeah, and then that's it for all the spells, monsters. We have a couple trap cards, triple imperm, because I didn't want to lose to immediately going second. I drew this quite often, which is really nice. And then the last two are Infernity Barrier and Suppression. These cards are crazy, specifically this one. I might actually cut this for the second one. But so what this card does is if you don't have a hand, you can activate the turn of set. And what it does is when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can negate it and then deal damage to them equal to it. So as long as you keep an Infernity on board, you're actually able to play around Nibiru as well. And usually you're always having an Infernity on board as well. So it's not something you have to worry about. That's the main deck. To the extra deck, we're playing One Link Rebo to get rid of Randomizer. It also helps because we do play Curious. So it helps us get different types, and just that's really it. Just helps us get different types and keeps us alive if we need it, but usually they're dead, so it never matters. One Cherubini. This is just to send Archfiend, like send Archfiend Harris to the grave so we can search. And then we're playing Nightmare Monsters as well. We're playing just these two, Phoenix and Unicorn. You don't need more than this. These are the perfect ones. This just helps with back row, and you can get everything co-linked usually, so you can draw a card, and Unicorn's Unicorn. And then we're playing Barricade Board Blocker because we need to get cards out of our hand, and one IP in case we do get drolled or something to that caliber. If we can't kill them, we can set up a big board. And that's it for the Link 2s. Link 3s, we only play really 2, but Unicorn and Curious. This card lets you send whatever you need with your missing pieces. So you can send the Street Patrol guys, so you can summon one from hand. Usually you'll send the FTK girl, so you can burn them for 800, and you can keep looping it that way. And that's really it for the Link 3s. We play a lot of... Our Link 4 lineup's really heavy, actually. We're playing Appaloosa for obvious reasons. We're playing Access Code and Triple Star Yuya, and then we're also playing Firewall. Firewall is crazy in this deck because it lets you get to your extenders that you need, like your monster extenders. It lets you bounce the Mirages back if you need it. It bounces the FTK girl back if you need it. And at worst, she is a disruption as well. So usually you can bounce 1 to 2 monsters if you really need to. So a lot of the boards I was ending on was like Appaloosa, Firewall, where is it? IP over here, and then like Phoenix. So it bounce for 2. And then I'd have like an Infernity Archfiend right here with suppression and all that stuff in the background. Really oppressive deck. So you can do either. You can FTK them, or you can set up an unstoppable board if you can't finish the FTK. And then for the last 2 cards, we're playing Levianer and Dagaris. You go into these cards both times, every single time you play it, but you always want to shuffle back Levianer so you can keep recycling the Street Patrol. And then that's it for the main deck. For the side deck, I kind of threw it together, but it's really just for your locals. 2 anti-spell. This card's always good. It stops every spell extender in case you can't kill them, so puts them back a turn. And it also stops cards like Dark Ruler as well, Lightning Storm, whatever. And then here's my fucked up Lightning Storms. They're really sacky. The back row removal was really helpful. I did draw it today. It was pretty good. We're playing Feather Duster as well. Triple Droplet so we don't lose that trash Drytron deck that we never played against. And then one last spell, and this is kind of just random, but I was thinking about it for my locals, and it really would hurt everyone here. So one Zombie World.
Wow. Wow.
It hits Tri Brigade, it hits Salad, it even hurts Drytron a bit. So this card felt good. I didn't get the chance to side it in, but I think I would want to play more of it in the future. It's really good in theory. But yeah, I just needed one more card, and this seemed pretty nice.
That's crazy. I never even thought of that.
Yeah. And then for the last 6 cards on our side deck, 1 Pregatops because this is one of the best one-ofs, 2 Lancia because I really hate Tri Brigade, and 3 Droll because fuck other combo decks but mine. That's about it. Yeah, deck was super fun. I really appreciate Brendan for giving me the chance to play this deck and for helping me learn it and stuff like that. So I really appreciate it. So shout out to him. Like I said, if you guys want to change anything, take out Tactics. It was the worst card in the fucking deck. But yeah, we went ahead and got top 4 today. It was really good. Unfortunately, I just didn't go first in the top 4 matchup, so I just lost, and I ended up getting drolled game 3, so it was a little rough. But yeah, that's about it. Take it easy.